chillax, talk about what I've been doing this week, what I've read, what I'll be reading. It's nonfiction November, so I've been reading 3 nonfiction books. I think only 3. Got a couple to show you. Some show and tell. It's from the Grand Canyon. The date is, I think, 89. But I used to hike the Grand Canyon quite a bit. And I'll tell you a peyote story coming up. I have photos of my adventures in the Grand Canyon in a photo album that I hope is in a filing cabinet in Phoenix. I know the filing cabinet is still there. It's only been like 15 years since I moved up here. But I'll get it someday. My dad visits every couple of years, but he's always bringing up other stuff. So, but let me start with this book, A Worse Place Than Hell, The Battle of Fredericksburg, Civil War. And I looked for some other show and tell items. I visited Greg at Another Bibliophile Reads a couple of years ago, and I visited the site, and I have a bookmark here from the, show you a map too, but this is from the, we thought we were going to the American Civil War Museum, which is huge, and in Richmond, Virginia, but we went to the Civil War White House of Jefferson Davis, and that was a cool little tour. We were really tired that day, and almost didn't go, but I'm glad we did. He was an insomniac. In his bedroom, he had no bed, or anything. He kept his desk. And here's a map of the Battle of Fredericksburg, December 11th through the 13th, 1862. And Rappahannock River, which is like right there, reading about the Civil War. In this book, concentrates on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different people. Walt Whitman, one of them, Louisa May Alcott, another, Oliver Wendell Holmes, Sr. and Jr. Jr. was I think they were both officers, but I love the parts with Walt Whitman in them, and it's really interesting to think that the soldiers, well, the battlefield is, there's like unmarked graves, as long as just numbered, as far as the eye can see. We took a tour of there's a famous wall that it's not all original anymore, but parts are. And what really impressed me, they have original houses with bullet holes in that, but what really impressed me was the statue they have there by the same artist who did the Iwo Jima one with the flag. They're all raising the flag. Same artist, but it's the legend goes that the Union soldiers were all laid out and dying in the fields, moaning and hungry and thirsty, and one of the rebel soldiers got permission to give them water. So that's the statue. Great book. Okay, another delving into some Carlos Castaneda. I don't have a copy of the third book, A Separate Reality, but I'll get it. I have it on Kindle. And third book, I'm buddy reading it with Elaine at Cobalt Dragon, and she's into spirituality and that. there's a lot of talk about peyote and a separate reality. All his books are like diaries with dates and that. And he's talking to Don Juan again, and we just started it. Should I tell you a peyote story? All right, I used to go down to Havasu High, the south rim of the Grand Canyon. I haven't been in pushing 20 years, but I have great memories of it. It's just a switchback, casual walk down. Going up is worse. When I've taken helicopters up, I've walked it in daytime, in nighttime, walked it with a dog, walked it with several groups. Walked it with my father one time. His big toe turned black, and he had a bad couple of days once down there. That was the time we took the helicopter out. But the peyote, I don't trust people who say they really done peyote like on their own, like just dropping acid. It's not the same. I'd be afraid to lose my mind, sincerely. So I did it with a tribal chairman, with a group of people, mostly Native Americans, and the Church of Native America. They can legally get peyote. So, and it was a while ago, but I'll never forget it. I was walking above the trees. I was talking to animals, dogs. I saw a lot of things that made sense at the time, but I can't verbalize them. I came to outside the lodge, and the tribal chairman was, a yard and a half from me, 25, 30 feet. He was in the lotus position, just sitting there. And I came to, and we finally talked to each other. I was telling him about when I couldn't stop seeing, with my eyes open, I saw like a circle. It was blue, and then closed, it was yellow. So it's talking about the Earth Mother and all things around, and the Omphalos, and entry into this world, and birthing, and all this. It really got me excited. And so anyway, it was a lot more spiritual and communal than I'm referring to. In fact, afterwards, I kind of hosed down with a hose, and that's what they do at sweat lodges in general. But never forget it. I've also been reading Erasing History by Jason Stanley. This guy, John Matheson, also won a Pulitzer Prize too, not for this book, but for one on Alcott. So Erasing History, I just started, and wow, opening my eyes how India has done it with the Muslims, and made like the Hindus, who came after, more prolific and knowledgeable, and just erased like what the Muslims had done before. And so is Israel with Palestine. And I just getting into it. They're talking about how Florida and I think Oklahoma have started to erase Civil War history and slavery, and even to make light of slavery, actually make it sound like the slaves were happy and comfortable. And it's pretty outrageous. And I've also been reading, it's a buddy read with Greg, supposed to start in December. What is it? Matheson's The Elementals. Now, I want to get this author's name correct. The late, great Scott Bryant, the Bookish Bryants, turned me onto this book years ago, and I'm finally getting around to reading it. Michael McDowell, The Elementals. It is a trip and a half. It's creepy. It's a southern type gothic, how can I say, haunted houses, or maybe a third haunted house on this. I have getting a reputation of giving out spoilers, so I don't want to say too much about it, but I'll review it. Just like I'll probably review all these books. I have brochures I'd like to find. I looked at an old art portfolio. I thought I had them in. Maybe I have them in a tube. I have poster tubes and that. Allergies bad. So that's about. I want to talk about Monday Night Live. We're not having a guest or an open mic. We're having a freestyle catch up between Greg and I. I mean, I feel like I talk to him in box room like every day, but I never really catch up with him. So we'll be doing that Monday. What else? I seem like I'm forgetting something. Well, I talked all about the books I've been reading. The Elementals I have been saving for at nighttime when it's dark and quiet. Spook myself. All right, like, big comment. I appreciate it.